Whitney, don't take this the wrong way. I'm thrilled that you and Fox are together. But you've been here every night. I mean, you haven't been home at all. Don't you want to?
Well, honestly, it really doesn't feel like I have a home anymore anyway.
That's right. I heard about your parents splitting up. I'm sorry. It must have been very hard.
You know, you were married to Julian, of course. I mean, did you have any idea there was anything going on between him and my mother?
Well, let's just say when Julian and I were together, I always suspected there was someone else in his heart.
So it didn't just destroy my parents' marriage, it destroyed yours as well.
Whatever Julian's feelings were for your mother, that's not why our marriage failed. The truth is, I was in love with Sam. I fell in love with him when we were teenagers, and I never stopped loving him. Although in the beginning, I did try to love Julian.
Yeah, but he was always cheating on you.
Yes. Yeah. Your father's infidelities did hurt. But I'm at a place where I can accept equal responsibility for the disaster that was our marriage. By trying to pass Ethan off as Julian's son, I hurt him every bit as much as he hurt me. That was a terrible, terrible mistake. Although I honestly thought at the time I was doing the best thing for everyone, for me, for Julian, for Sam, and especially for Ethan. You know, I thought I was protecting him from the stigma of being illegitimate by passing him off as Julian's. I was so positive it was the perfect solution. I thought I was giving my baby, my unborn child, a chance at a better life, a life without people whispering and staring. I mean, he was going to be a Crane, after all, with all of the privileges. But passing my son off as another man's child was the worst thing I could do for all of us. And I don't think that any of us will ever really fully recover from it. It was wrong to deceive Julian all those years, letting him think that Ethan was his child. And it was wrong to deny Sam his son. But the person I hurt the most was Ethan, the one person I was trying to protect.
But you know what, I gotta say, Ethan has always seemed so happy, you know, and successful. So whatever he went through later had to have been better than growing up with people gossiping about him.
That's what I thought, too. But I was wrong. Ethan was raised as Alistair's firstborn grandson. You know, the Crane heir. From birth, he was groomed to take over that empire, and he wanted to. And then when the truth came out, he lost everything. I mean, not only what he thought was his birthright, but his identity. In an instant, everything he was taken away from him.
And now, it seems that neither one of your sons is going to take over at Crane Industries, as Ethan's not really family and father's disowned me.
Julian had no right to do that. I mean, Ethan may not be his son, but you certainly are, and for you to be cheated out of your birthright, it's wrong.
Yeah, well, especially now that he plans on giving everything to his bastard son, Chad.
Yeah, well, we'll see about that.
It's a done deal, though, you know? I mean, I'm out. I get nothing. Chad gets everything.
Oh, no. I am not going to sit by and let that conniving bastard, Chad Harris, rob you of what's rightfully yours.
Okay, don't talk that way about him. Chad is a good man.
Yeah, I don't understand. How can you sit there and defend Chad when you know that he out and out stole my position at Crane Industries?
Well, that's not what I'm doing. Look, all I'm saying is that Chad has always been a good guy. And I just can't imagine that he would intentionally steal the Crane Empire from you. He's just not like that. It must have just happened that way.
Things like that don't just happen. He knew exactly what he was doing. He saw a rift between me and my father, and he jumped on it. He took advantage of it.
Fox, Chad is Whitney's half-brother.
Well, I know that, Mom. He's mine, too, but I'd rather forget about it.
The point is, I don't think she wants us to speak ill of him. And I think we should respect that. And I am sorry if I offended you,
No,
Whitney.
no, please. It's okay. Really, it's fine.
Well, if we're all finished, I think I'll clean up.
I'll help you.
Okay. You know what I really need help with? Is hanging all this Indian corn on all the doors at the B&B and getting all the rooms ready for the guests. We are almost completely booked for Thanksgiving week.
Is that right? You got it. You really love running that place, don't you?
Yes, I do. Yeah. If my sorority sisters could see me now, they would never believe that Princess Ivy would one day find happiness as an innkeeper. But sharing the responsibility with Sam, I love it.
Listen, Whitney, I'm sorry. I was out of line about Chad. I'm sorry. I apologize.
No, forget it. It's okay.
See you later.
Fox,
Yo.
could you also take out that trash?
Right. Yeah, no problem. I can, pick up the trash.
Got it.
You know, Whitney, when you first started dating Fox, I was concerned. But I was wrong. You're really, really good for him, and you've helped the two of us get closer together, and I will always be grateful for that.
I'm the one who should be grateful. I mean, you've been so kind letting me stay here and, you know, making me feel like I'm sort of part of a family again.
You're a good girl, Whitney. And you never should have had to go through everything that happened. And finding out that the man you love, the man you plan to marry, was your brother, it must have been awful.
Yeah. You know, it's funny because a part of me feels like I should have known. You know,
No, you cannot blame yourself. It's not your fault.
my brain knows that, but my heart, it's another story.
The important thing is that you found out when you did. Before you and Chad got married and, God forbid, started having children.
Yeah.
Whitney, are you okay?
No, fine. Fine, thank you.
I'm so sorry. All of this talk about everything, it's upset you.
No. Actually, it's given me a lot to think about. Thank you.
I'm just gonna get the rest of this, okay?
Yeah, got plenty to think about.